Hi, welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. What we have here today is a US 101 key machine with the mortise cutter on this side and the standard duplicator cutter on this side. This is a used one that we have now for sale. We're just going to go run through a couple of checks and also show you how to line up recalibrate the blade and the jaws and all the rest. That way, if you've got the same machine, you can easily recalibrate it. The belts and the buffing wheels are available in our lock shop. Generally, the other spare parts you might need is a light bulb. As you can see from this, that's just a standard sort of push in and turn. I think it's called bayonet fitting. The perspex as well, that's nothing much. That can just be made up at any perspex person. It's just got a screw holding it in, and preferably safety goggles are much more advised than using that perspex. Now with this key machine, I'll run through where all the components are. You've got your power indicator on top. This just basically tells you you've got power on. Fairly useless, you know, if it's on, it's on. With this right here, this is your on and off control. On, off. Down the back you have your buffing wheel, and then you have a safety key down the back as well. You can turn this off so that nobody can turn your key machine back on. As you see now, the power's gone from it and nobody can activate it. Now you have power back. With operating the carriages, so you have your main carriage you'd be using all the time. This is operated by the single hand turn on one side. Now if you pull it, you'll start, so if you pull it all the way, you'll start to operate the mortise carriage. You can push it in the middle and operate them by hand as well. But preferably it makes a nicer key cut if you just use the knob, push it in, and you're on the other side. So that's how you control each carriage. With the jaws on this, they are double-sided jaws. I'll quickly show you how to reverse them. You simply undo the clamp, lift up on both sides, rotate it round, and then you're on the double-sided jaw. Lift it up, spin it round, then you're on the single-sided jaw. To line up a key on this one, it's quite easy. You've got this key guide that flicks up here, so you would simply loosen that one off, and now they're both in line. I'll show you how to do that once more. So you put your original key in one side, you put your blank key in the right hand side, flick your gauge up, allow it to line up on one of the sides, and then just loosen off the other side, move it forward, reclamp it back down. They don't have to be over tightened, they just need to be firmly clamped, and then flick your guide back down. Now for this test here, we'll be adjusting the key machine. We want it to just slightly touch the edge of the key and take off just about half of the chrome off the top of the key. This meaning it's calibrated and it's cutting a good key. So we're just going to test where it's at the moment. We should be able to hear something. Okay, I can't hear anything. So what we need to do is move this guide back a little bit so that it actually can touch the key a little bit. So I'm backing off my first one here. I'm just seeing if that's loose now. Yep, that's loose. So if we're at the 0 position, we'll probably go -5. Just give it a tighten. Okay, I can hear that starting to cut now. Probably a little bit too much. We'll take it to about 2.5, tighten it back up. Still just a fraction too much. So we'll take it to about 1.5. That sounds perfect. Taking off about that much. Looking at the key blank now, yeah, it's very hard to see, but I can see it's only taken off a slight fraction of the chrome. So that now is calibrated. Just make sure everything is tight. This one here is a guide stop to stop it going right into the cutter. So if you had no key blanks in there and the motor was spinning, that would stop the jaws from actually taking a groove out of the out of the key vise. Alright, so now one more test we're going to do, just to show you this machine's up and running and working. We have keys for a cylinder here. Just a standard Wigco cylinder, standard keys. I'm just running over it a couple of times just to make sure we've cut all that meat off. So there's the cut key. Now if you want, you can use this buffing wheel at the back here. I prefer a bench buffing wheel because these are quite expensive and they're a little bit hard to use. Now we'll try our key. It's working. So we've just duplicated a standard key, and we also have calibrated this particular side and shown you how to calibrate it. This key machine is available online at drlock.com.au. It is a used key machine. It comes as is. We've basically cleaned it down, cleaned all the brass out of it, lubricated it, adjusted it and checked it over, and it seems all to be working. It is a used machine, so there is a few slight wear marks on the jaws here. There's a little bit of surface rust, which is quite common with any key machine over 3 years. On the top here, it's got a small crack on the gauge. That can simply be replaced. These are quite cheap. Simple matter of taking it out and putting a new one on. The actual light that's missing. You can buy a light globe from anywhere. They're not expensive. Everything seems to work. You have your swap tray underneath here, which is used to collect the brass. We've cleaned the jaws, lubricated all the rails. Everything's working as it should. It's a good key machine with many more years left in it. If you buy it from us, we'll also include 100 key blanks as well. There you go there. Once you cut your 100 key blanks, you can buy more from us or from other places. Generally speaking, once you've cut your 100 key blanks, there's probably a profit of about, well, you'll pay your machine off, you know, $8 a key, $800. So it's very straightforward. This key machine was used, well, this particular brand and style of key machine was used by places like Mr. Minute, a lot of key cutters, shoe repairers. It's a very simple key machine, works very effortlessly. The double jaws here, which are quick and easy to rotate, is one of the reasons why a lot of people like it. Double-sided keys fit very nicely in there, car keys and things like that. And on this side you have all your standard one-edge keys. On this side here you have jaws which quite happily take mortise style keys. I'll give you a quick look at how they just fit in. So what I've done at the moment is I've just simply reversed the jaw, and then you just simply put one in there, and away you can start cutting. Same principle again. You pull the lever over to this side, you can work the carriage just by rotating it, and you just lift it up into the actual key, and then you can cut it. You can also cut various other keys with this particular jaw as well. Most of the time it's just used for mortise style keys, which is this type of key here. And this side here is used for single-sided keys, and of course double-sided keys such as your car key, which everybody's seen. Very straightforward machine. Comes as is, working, warranty, and for anyone who's looking to start off key cutting, it's a great machine to start off on. It's very cheap, parts are available, very reliable and easy to use. Further information, please call. Thank you.